Broadcasting from the heart of London to your heart. Radio Harold Hill.
Welcome to Radio Harold Hill. My name's Annette Gregory and my special guest today is Camilla Geisinger. Welcome along today.
Hello, thank you.
Now Camilla's from Meningioma Support and she's going to tell us all about her personal experience. So tell me, how did you find out about Meningioma Support?
I googled it and that was the only national group that came up on as the search answers.
So this was following your diagnosis?
Yes, that was following my diagnosis 10 years ago. Yes, it was.
How did you feel following your diagnosis?
Lost, alone, scared, frightened. I think I can use all those adjectives here. Yeah.
And so you could have really done with some support back
Yes,
then.
I could have, yeah.
So what happened following your diagnosis then? You had the operation?
I had the operation and it took me a good couple of months before I managed, after the operation, came back home, and that's when it started. I mean, the operation itself, it was a scary part, but it's not as scary as aftermath, which was coming out of the hospital and facing the reality.
Now how long was you operated on?
I was on the table for 18 hours and then I was kept in artificial coma for a week after my operation.
Oh, that's a long time. You must have been so afraid.
During the time I was in artificial coma, I was out of it, so I wasn't really scared. I wasn't aware what's happening. But when I look back and think about this in those times, yes, that is scary.
And then once you come home and you had a young baby?
Yes, my son was 10 months at the point of me coming back home from hospital. He was 10 months old, and the thing that I found most difficult was not being able to look after him, because I had to learn to do everything, walking, talking, thinking, everything from scratch after hospital.
You're so brave. That's
Thank
incredible. That's amazing, really. So you really could have done with a support group, couldn't you?
Back then, yes.
Is that what inspired you to organise the group?
Yes, that's what, because there are a lot of people in a position like I was 10 years ago who don't know where to turn, what to do, and that's what inspired me to start my own support group for people touched by meningioma.
So what can be gained by getting in touch with you regarding your support group?
We offer support in terms of moral support and talking about how to go through things. You can meet with us face to face and you don't feel alone. You know that there are others with the same problem, with the same illness, who have been through the same things.
How important is talking and opening up?
To me it's very important, but I realize that not to everybody, because there are people who don't want to talk about this, and I appreciate it, but maybe their families, their loved ones, everybody's welcome.
Now how can people get in touch with you regarding the group?
Regarding the group, you can phone the helpline or send me an email, or simply go on the Meningioma UK website and you will find all the information there.
Lovely. And how common is this meningioma group?
Meningioma
yeah.
happens, it accounts for 34% of primary brain tumors, or of all the diagnoses of primary brain tumors.
It's very high, isn't it?
It is.
And what symptoms did you have beforehand?
Beforehand, all I had was dizzy spells and losing hearing in left ear, and that was all. I was receiving various diagnoses from ear infection to glued ear, but eventually I had the MRI scan which showed some abnormalities in my brain.
So they're quite mild symptoms to then go and find out. That was
Yes.
quite a shock, I can imagine, and to not have the support.
The symptoms vary from case to case because meningiomas occur in different parts of the brain. That's why the symptoms will vary. Where my tumor is, didn't influence any of my daily living activities.
So will you need to have regular checkups?
I do have to have regular checkups now. It's every 18 to 24 months. I have to have MRI scan that keeps an eye on my residual brain tumour that I have.
That's good. And now you work closely with Queen's Hospital as well?
Yes, I do. I work closely with my neurosurgeon's clinic and clinical nurse specialist for skull-based tumours that works in Queen's Hospital. She informs newly diagnosed patients of the organisation and the support group.
And anybody getting in touch, what can they expect once they do make contact?
They will be offered a fact sheet about the tumour itself, and this can be posted in different languages. And Ella, who answers the phone calls, the support phone calls, the initial phone calls, she will talk to the person and allow them to decide what support they would like and where do we go from there. But we offer pretty much everything: practical support, face-to-face support, over-the-phone support.
That's brilliant, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for your time, that's been really interesting. When is your next meeting?
Next meeting is third Tuesday in April.
That's lovely, and they just go along to whereabouts?
We meet in Salvation Army in Romford.
At what time?
10:30 in the morning, and it runs for hour and a half. So by 12 we finished.
So basically anyone that would be interested in gaining some help, just pop along.
Yes.
Come and see Camilla
Yes.
and her team and get some
Yes.
advice.
Yes, please. Yeah. Anybody who feels they need my support, please come along.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. I hope that it helps somebody out there get in touch, and so they're not feeling quite as alone. Have you got a special message for somebody that might be feeling alone?
Just come along, join us, speak up. You are not alone. We there to help.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thank you.
Let's party. Find us online at www.radioheraldhill.co.uk or download the app. Radio Herald Hill.